drank, and loved as mortal beings. But our world changed and we faced a stark choice: alter our bodies or perish. Yet survival is not the same as life. Now we are prisoners of the armor that binds us and the dust that sustains us. We must drain dust, drain energy, or die. Where is our honor now, lords of the Amber Plains? And what matters more, to reclaim our honor or sustain our bodies?
Apologies there, everybody. Welcome to the OniOfTaint channel. This is the return of Endless Legend. As you can see, I'm not playing as the Necrophages. I'm playing as possibly my favorite faction in the game, the Broken Lords. These guys are amazing! Anyway, first things first, we need to found a city. Now, these guys are pretty unique, considering they don't really deal with food. They pretty much only care about dust. Okay, we'll get more dust if we start off here. So we're going to have to not found our city the first turn, which is alright. If you go for about 3 turns, any longer than that, I think you might be putting your game in danger. Make your gameplay, but other than a couple of turns, like 1, 2, I think 4 turns should really be the maximum. Okay. So, let's... Where is the zoom? Oh, can we not zoom in anymore? Oh, there we go. Let's go with... We want to get the dust. We want to get these first. And production. Okay. So we want to... As I've said, we want to mainly focus on dust. Dust! We're going to focus on the dust! Apologies for that, everybody. The quakes and fires appear to be over. We lost the city and now homeless, but we are strong and remain unbowed. The first step is to secure our new home, to found a city, build an army, and explore the ancient places. For our experience tells us this, if it tells us nothing else. The ancient ruins scattered across the map are places of great knowledge, great wealth, and great danger. For all those reasons, we must explore and exploit them. With caution, however. Any place of great value will be guarded by creatures of great strength. We must not forget this. Exploration will also take their mind off of our condition, and this new method for dealing with it. Dust is expensive and difficult to exploit. But this new way, this draining of living souls to sustain our own forms, it goes against who we are. It violates our principles, our honor. It is everything we have been fighting against. And yet... it is so easy. Yes, the Broken Lords. A rather tragic faction in my mind. I don't really know much about why they had to change their bodies. I'm guessing by some of the artwork I've seen that they had a war with the Wild Walkers. But I'm not but all that seems to be after they made the change, or from what I've been able to see, after they were found in their armor. So I can't really say if it was their war with the Wild Walkers that they needed to change. But they changed anyway, they adapted. And now they are prisoners in the armor that binds them. And as such, they need to exploit and drain the dust to survive. Which also explains why their key trait is dust care. Like if I go to here real quick. Dust care and soul leech. Dust care is pretty much they only care about dust. As I said, they don't care about food. Soul leech basically means when a unit kills another unit, it can drain a portion of their health. It'll restore a portion of their health. The hero cannot use Soul Leech, I believe. I don't think Baron Jocelyn Devil is able to use Soul Leech. But you can use the Dust Bishops from tier 2 to use them. And if you're gonna... Oh, talking about the Wild Walkers, here we are. How fare you, fellow traveler upon this world, blessed by Gaia. If that's going to be my elven voice, my throat is gonna be dead by the end of this. Also, I'm just gonna say this now. I am not that good at video game commentary. Like, I'm still new to this, even though it's been a year and such, so I'm still getting used to it. So, don't expect Endless Legend Error of the Broken Lords, as this is going to be called. And this sort of series within Endless Legend is going to be called. Don't expect it to be uploaded daily or more than, possibly more than twice a week. I think I'll be able to manage 2 videos of this a week because, as I've mentioned, I'm not that good at commentary. So I end up running out of things to say. And then I feel like I bore people. I feel like if I don't have anything to say that I bore people. I don't know, maybe it's just me being an idiot. But anyway, we're not getting depressing in this video. This video is meant to be, where the frick are you going? Baron, did you want to explore? Please, go to the right. Go to the east. Go east! I don't even know if that's a real song. Ooh! Unofficial story time. There was, during an episode of the podcast, or, no, not with the podcast, when I was talking to my friend Nylan, who I do, the Insight to Insanity podcast with, and who I also operate the Insight to Insanity YouTube channel. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel now, both of us. I'll put a link to both in the description below, so you can watch those antics. But, we were talking about this film I had seen when I was a kid, and I could not for the life of me remember it. And all I could remember was this one scene where they're trying to protect this house from a group of elves who wish to eat everybody. Not elves, owls. From a group of owls who wish to eat everybody. And the owls, I keep saying elves for some reason. Probably because of the Wild Walkers. Damn it! Anyway. The owls don't like light, so they use this torch to keep them from coming in through the hole in the roof. Why they don't come from anywhere else, I don't know. But they use the torch to keep the hole in the roof. And as they're changing the battery, and as the one battery they've got in its time, they're rushing to change it. So the owls, there's 3 of them if I remember right, they were walking around, they were dancing around the hole in the roof, going, they're running out of batteries. They were just singing this song about running out of batteries. And for some reason I found that absolutely hilarious as a kid. And I told Alan about this. He had seen the film, but just like me, he couldn't remember it. But we remembered bits and pieces of it. We remembered sort of what happened to the characters, what the basic idea was of it. And the main memory I have was that damn song that got stuck in my head. But I couldn't remember it. I just could not remember what the hell the film was called. And I was talking to a friend of mine who, if you watch the Insight to Insanity podcast, she is possibly our most devoted fan. And I cannot pronounce her name for the life of it. Althea? I think it is Althea. I'm just gonna call her Gwen. That's what I know her by. I know her by Gwen. Love you, Gwen. Hey! Hello, Gwen's kids. I forgot your names, but hello. That's just in case they watch this. I don't think. Anyway! She was kind enough to actually look it up and tell me it was called Rockaboo Blues. And I saw that. I saw what it was called, and I immediately went to Amazon. And I'm like, I want this film! Because, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old. Like, I'm 19 years old, and maybe I'm starting to feel old. Because, about a year or so ago, the same exact thing happened. Like, I remembered a film, I remembered basically what happened in it, but I just couldn't remember what it was bloody called. And that was irritating as hell to me. So, I'm there, talking with my mother, who used to watch these films with me, and she couldn't remember the name. It takes us a day, a literal day, to think of the name. And it was called Once Upon a Forest. So, just like now, where I went to Amazon and immediately looked for the film, I immediately did the same with Rock-a-Doo-doo-Doo. So there you go. There's a little bit of story time for you. And just going back to Endless Legend for a moment, I will be keeping it to 30 turns, 30, 50, 30, 60, depending on how quick I get through them. I'll be doing 30 to 60 turns per every episode, because this is a endless game, so there's 600 turns per game. And I want to keep the episodes at a relatively long length, so about 20 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit more. If it starts to drag on, I'll... rumblers. This might be bad. If it starts to drag on, then I'll put them up to an hour. That way we can get them over with a little bit quicker. But as I said, I won't be uploading this quite as often as I would be uploading something else, because I'm not that good at commentary. As I've said, I'm not that good at commentary, so I run out of things to do. And then I just feel like I'm boring people. Which is my own little gripe there. But yeah, if you like the Inside to Insanity podcast and you like all the videos I do with Nyland, then there will be a link in the description below to the Inside to Insanity channel, where we post all our collab videos, and we're currently doing Outlast. Both Outlast episodes are up there currently. We do not have an intro yet. I'm working on that. If anyone would like to try and make an intro for us, please go ahead. I'd love to see what people would come up with. But we're currently doing Outlast, as I mentioned, and we're also doing Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, Dark Corners of the World. I keep mucking up the title. And I'm enjoying that game. It's a pretty interesting game as a first-person survival horror game. It is prone to crashes and bugs, sadly, so that might not come up on the channel as often as I would like, considering how it bugs out and how it crashes. But all in all, we should be able to get some interesting content from it, because I'm really enjoying it. And I'm talking a little bit serious now when it comes to it. I find it a lot easier to do video commentary when there's someone else there with you, because you don't feel like it's all on you. You've got someone you can rely on, and you can get some interesting chemistry between us, because some of the most watched videos on my channel are the ones I've done with Nyland. And I don't know whether to take that as, yay, I finally have someone to do videos with, or crap, I am terrible at this on my own. I think too much, I know I do. But I enjoy everything me and the guy do. We just end up going absolutely barmy. But also, I should be uploading the podcasts as well to the YouTube channel. So if you don't watch the podcast on podcast.com, I believe it is, then don't worry about it. They'll still be up on YouTube. I'll start uploading them to YouTube when I can. And that way, if you want, you can share them out. If they don't watch them, if they don't listen to it on podcast, then they can listen to it on YouTube. And if the mic quality is not really the best, I do apologize. I've been trying to get the mic to work because it was getting in all the background noise. So I've been fiddling around with the volume, I've been fiddling around with the settings. And it's all because it's a USB. I'm not used to having a USB freaking headset. Oh, I'll get used to it. So, I've got with me here my little notebook of what I write shit down in. And this is sort of what I intend to put up on the channel. So, going from top to bottom, we've got TF2 Madness, which is going to stay on the channel. TF2 Madness if you heard that, was just me dropping the pen. TF2 Madness is something I really enjoy doing, and it's something I can keep doing whenever I am just blitzed out of my mind. Hardcore Subnautica. This is something I really want to do, but at the same time, it's a long survival game, and if I run out of things to say, I'll feel like I'm boring someone. So, if I do start doing that, don't expect that to be uploaded as frequently as summers. Always, sometimes monsters. I did this before, but this was on the old channel. This was on the... Well, it wasn't on the old channel, sorry. It was before I deleted quite a lot of stuff from my channel which people weren't finding interesting, which really hurt me because I poured my heart and soul into those videos, damn it. Anyway, Always Sometimes Monsters is a game I really enjoyed. It's a really emotional and deep story game, which I really do enjoy. So, once again, it's one of those really long ones, and if I run out of things to say, then I'm probably going to feel like I'm boring someone, which I don't want to feel like I'm doing. Just by him. There we go. So, if I do start doing Always Sometimes Monsters again, as with the others, don't expect it to be uploaded too frequently. I'll upload it when I feel I can upload it and when I've got something to say, so I don't bore people. The Forest. The Forest is another one that I did. I did hour-long episodes. People did enjoy it, but it wasn't as popular as I would have hoped it would be. And like an idiot, I took it down, so I will be doing them again. They've updated the game at least once. I know they've updated the game at least once. So there'll be a lot of new stuff in there, and we can see what we can do with that. Endless Legend, I'm already doing. I'm already doing Era of the Broken Lords, Civilization 5, and Civilization Beyond Earth. If you've read my review at OniOfTaint Reviews about Civilization Beyond Earth, the first update for it is coming. Well, the first DLC. It's not really an update. The first DLC is coming out for it, and it's gonna make the ocean gameplay a little bit more important and a little bit more fun to mess around with. So I'm curious to see how that works. And once that comes out, I should be able to record that as well. We just can auto this one. There we go. Archaeologist. The nobles are unhappy. I understand their reasoning. We try to rebuild our nation and survive the changes in our planet, but the exploitation of dust is slow and expensive. To simply leech life from others is fast, easy, and gives one a feeling of power. It is a heady thrill that gives sensations of virility and perception, almost invincibility. Marquis Soleizo is perhaps the worst. For all the nobles and fanatics seek ancient relics to give them power, the bauble that the Marquis found has given him great strength of persuasion and an enhanced ability to drain life. His speeches make it all seem so easy. Exploit the lesser peoples for our own glory, rule the planet from a position of strength, and turn those who would defy us into weakened slaves. But I cannot accept this. It is expedient, but that does not make it just or right. Sadly, my hand has been forced, and I have little choice but to let the sages and alchemists study, seeking an answer that is pleasing to the greedy patrons. We will forge ahead with research and improve our knowledge, though I do it for other reasons. For my part, I would see our people resist temptation, even if it presents a risk. There is a reason that the first word of the royal seal is honor. I really want to know more about the Broken Lord storyline. I really want to know more about them. Sadly, there isn't much more I can find about them. I've checked on the wiki, but there isn't much more I can find about them, which is a real shame, because I would love to know more about the Broken Lords. I honestly would. I would love to find out more about these guys. They are possibly my favorite faction to play as in this game, as I've mentioned before. I know I'm a broken record. the city. Oh yeah, another thing about the Broken Lords, which I totally forgot about, because I'm a jackass, is they don't use food, as I mentioned before, but because of that, you need to buy population, which I totally forgot about. And if you can hear some noise in the background, it's because Mr. Jingles is going absolutely nuts. And if you don't know who Mr. Jingles is, he is my leatherback bearded dragon. Okay, back to the list. After Civilization Beyond Earth, it is XCOM Enemy Within. XCOM is a game that I love to death. I love XCOM. Enemy Within just makes it even more challenging and even more fun to mess around with. And I've heard that XCOM 2 is on its way, which I'm really excited about. However, if it is anything like the Bureau Declassified, I am going to slap someone. I don't have anything against the Bureau. I love Mass Effect, so I love the way Bureau looks and feels. But XCOM to me is always a strategy game. It's not a tactical shooter. It's a strategy game. End of discussion there. We did not even get close. Shit. We might as well get out of the territory. After that, it's Banished. Banished is a medieval city building game, which I did try to record before, but like I said, I ran out of things to say, and blah blah blah. So, if I do start recording that, don't expect it to show up often. Like, I'll maybe do one of each. Then we got The Escapists, once again, a game I absolutely adore the hell out of, and I play quite a bit. But I just never really, and it was on the old channel, actually. It was on before I revamped the OniOfTaint channel. It was on, but like with the others, it wasn't as popular, so I got rid of it. Which I do regret. I regret revamping the channel. Like, I love that the channel has grown in popularity since I got working with Nyland and such. Which is sort of a double-edged sword if I'm not even gonna go there yet. Anyway. The Escapists is a game I absolutely love. It's a pixelated style prison simulator, and there is a game that I love called Prisoner of War, and if I can get that on Steam, then I'll record that, because that game I loved. Then, of course, we've got Hearthstone. If you've seen some of my Hearthstone videos, then you know I play Hearthstone every now and again. And like TF2 Madness, it's a game I can just relax and just have fun saying whatever the bloody hell I feel like. And then we have another one. Then we have This War of Mine, a point-and-click style survival game, which is very, very serious and deeply emotional. And once again, it's a game I love. But a lot of the games that I love and that I would love to put on the channel, I feel like I would end up running out of things to talk about, and then it would just not be fun to watch. So, your calm and peaceful behavior has been noticed. We hope you continue it. Was that how I made the elves talk last time? Was that how I made the wild walkers talk last time? I can't remember. Anyway, that is the list of series and games I want to do on my channel. I have another one for the Insight to Insanity channel. Mostly horror games, because Nyland, the son of a bitch, loves to torture me. So we've got Outlast on the list, which we're already doing. We've got Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the World, which once again we're already doing. Then we've got Slender the Arrival. Anyone remember Slender the 9 Pages? Yeah. That's coming up, hopefully. Then we've got Amnesia the Dark Descent. He keeps telling me, you've got to play Amnesia the Dark Descent. And I've gotten at least one other person telling me to play it. I can't remember who it is, and it was through Nyland, like they told Nyland to tell me. And I love the look of Amnesia. I've seen a few playthroughs of Amnesia. Not fully through, but I've seen a bit of it. Like, it's Amnesia. I'm not gonna watch a playthrough of it. Let me just buy some pop. You and that. Okay. As I was saying, I'm not going to watch Amnesia. It's brilliant. So we got Amnesia the Dark Descent over there, and then we've got A Machine for Pigs, which I have seen a full Let's Play of. And while I agree that it's possibly not as scary or suspenseful as The Dark Descent, I do like the storyline of it. I do like the story. There are some plot holes, the ending of which I will not spoil at all. I recommend watching that, or watching a playthrough if you like to see that. But the ending of which leaves a massive freaking plot hole, in my own personal opinion, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But yeah, so Outlast, Dark Corners of the World, Slender the Arrival, Amnesia the Dark Descent, and A Machine for Pigs. Those are the titles that I would like, and Nyland has agreed to this. He likes the idea of all of them. These are the titles that we have agreed will be appearing on the Insight to Insanity channel. So you have these to look forward to. Hope you all enjoy. I do have a third list, which is for podcast topics. And seeing as we're running through my list of books, my notebook lists, then we might as well go through this one. Because when we bring it up in the podcast, we're just going to be running through them anyway. So this is just a heads up for the topics that we've got written down. We may not get through all of them, but these are the ones we've got written down. So we've got character development. We've got XCOM 2. As I mentioned, I heard XCOM 2 is being made. Favorite films, animation versus live action. There is a point I want to discuss this with Matt. There is a reason I want to discuss this with Matt. And a lot of people will probably be wondering why I want to try and pick which one is better. And the reason for which is simple. And I'm going to tell you this now, and this is my main reason for wanting to bring it up with Nyland. The reason I want to bring up animation versus live action is simple. Dragon Ball Evolution. Enough said, I believe. There is also impacting characters in games, which sort of follows through with character development, so we may branch those two topics together. Manipulator versus powerhouses. This is one that Nyland suggested. I believe he said RPG and roleplay wise. He's the roleplay expert, so I'm gonna let him deal with that. Like, he's a T1 M rank roleplayer, which basically means he's a tier 1 master rank at combat, if I'm remembering correctly. And while that does sound impressive, I'm not really that into roleplay. I don't take it as seriously as him. I can understand why he's so proud of it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't really get it. And then you get, you got I've mentioned Manipulator versus Powerhouses, I believe. I don't know. And then we've got, another one as well, which is a game I brought up. Well, a game I brought up. It's a game I've been playing. Okay, I got the definitive edition of it for £24 on Xbox One, and I have been loving the hell out of it. I love the game. I completed it yesterday. I'm running through the 2 DLCs now. I'm on the last one, Year of the Snake. And I am really enjoying the game. Like, I absolutely adore it. And the reason I want to bring it up is sort of along the line with character development as well. Like, there is quite a bit of it, but you have to see it. Like, you have to read between the lines to actually see it happening. Otherwise, you think it's just gonna happen way too quick. But there is a character in Sleeping Dogs who I both love and despise. And here's why. He is a antagonist in the game, and he goes by Dog Eyes. Like, his first name is Sammy, but he goes by Dog Eyes. Anyone who's played Sleeping Dogs will immediately know what I mean by this guy. He is one of those who will get under your skin and continue to irritate you non-stop. And he has a past with your sister, because you play as Wei Shen. You had a sister called Mimi Shen who died of an overdose while in the United States, I believe it is. Because he recently moved back to Hong Kong, so I do believe she died in the US. And she used to hang around with Dog Eyes quite a bit when they were kids. And Dog Eyes, well, he's kinda not the, how can I put this? He's kinda not the gentlemanly type. Like, you can already tell that you're gonna kill him in the game. And you do. And the way he dies, oh my god. He deserved it. He deserved what happened to him. But when you're chasing him, one of the insults he pulls out. And this is the reason why I love him, because he will just say it, and he knows that you're either not gonna care because you're one of those players who just plays the game and you don't really get too involved with the character's storyline, or you're like me, who sort of semi becomes the character, like you don't really get involved unless the storyline really gets you involved. But I just loved this one line for two reasons. One, it fits Dog Eyes' character perfectly, and two, I'm amazed the developers even allowed this line to be put into the game, because he ends up coming out with this. You're chasing him, and he just goes, "This is about your sister, isn't it? Look, wait. It's not my fault that when you flashed her a bit of dope, her panties disappeared." That is not the exact insult, but it's along those same lines. And even when you first meet him in the game, even when you first see him in the game, and you mention Mimi, when he remembers her, he immediately brings up that she was the first girl to ever suck his cock. I'm just like, what the hell? I love this character, and I hate him at the same time. Because, A, I can fully believe that he would be like this, because he is into porn, he is into prostitution, he is into human trafficking. I can see him being like this. I can see him being like this. And it comes through it in his character. I'm not going to say anything else because I'm going to save most of it for the podcast. But that's sort of one of the reasons why I love Super Dog, because of Dog Eyes. Because of how his character is just so freaking evil that it's brilliant. Anyway, this episode has gone on longer than I anticipated. It's turned 70. So after this battle, I will end the video, I will edit it, I will upload it, I'll put in the description, the tags, the links, blah blah blah. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed it. And I hope you all want to see more, because I really want to see more. Yeah. But as I've mentioned, I'm not that confident of a commentator. I'm not that confident as a commentator. Or that good of a YouTuber yet. So, don't expect Endless Legend to be popping up too frequently. Like, I'll try and put out at least one video a week of it, just to keep it in the loop, if not a little bit more. But if I run out of things to say, or I feel like the video hasn't been good enough, or my commentary hasn't been good enough, I will immediately delete it. Because I will not feel comfortable in myself putting up a video where I feel I could have done better. If I feel I could have done better, the video isn't going up. End of story. And we are on the losing end of this. The Ardent Mages are another interesting thing. They are masochistic magicians. That is how I describe it. Well, masochistic mages. The more pain they take, especially in game, like the more damage you do to them, the more damage they are, the stronger they get, and the more damage they will be able to put out. Like, I had a level 2 Telsem Warlock in basic iron armaments doing 160 damage per hit. These guys can be pretty damn strong, but you've got to counteract this with good defense, good defensive armament, because what good is a bonus damage buff for the more damage you take if you cannot take all the damage? Like if you end up dying before you're able to put out the extra damage, what would be the point in that? There wouldn't be a point. Crap, Jocelyn Dable's dead. One thing I will say about this game is the leaders can die in combat, like the heroes can die in combat. That does not mean they're dead from the game. Like I have never actually seen a hero die from the game entirely. But the way it works is if a hero dies in combat, one of two things will happen. If you lose the combat and all your units are dead, he will be sent to the academy, and after a certain number of turns he will recover. If you win the combat and some of your units are still alive, he will immediately come back, because every hero has the last stand ability, which is win or lose, so long as there is at least one friendly unit of the army alive, the hero will come back. So we're pretty much going to lose this. We're going to lose this fight. I know that, I'm not stupid. We're going to lose this fight. But so long as one of the stalwarts survives, the Baron will come back. The Baron will use his last stand ability, and Jocelyn Dable will be here, and then we will hightail it out of here. Because goddamn these mages have a strong military. Would it be... Do we have the writers? Have we researched writers? No, we're researching them currently. Might be a good idea to come back once we get the writers. Dust Bishops especially, because if they're putting out extra damage per damage dealt... no, what's the actual word? Bonus damage, it converts a percentage of health lost into a damage buff. That's how it goes, I think. But if that's gonna work, then we're going to need the Dust Bishops to heal up as many of my guys as possible, because I get the feeling the mages are going to become a pain in my buttocks. 74 damage if he was using tier 1 armor. No, tier 2. Tier 2 iron. Oh, I'm dead. Bye, Stalwart. That was not good. We got slaughtered. How bad did we get slaughtered? And we took down 3 of theirs. We took down a Minotaur. We took down 2 Telsam Warlocks. Is he dead? No, he isn't dead. He's been sent to the academy. Yeah, he's been sent to the academy, and he'll be revived in 40 turns. Fuck that. 300 dust. He's back. So before I do that, I'm going to queue up some stalwarts, just so you can see the queue there. This has been Endless Legend, episode 1 of Era of the Broken Lords. Hope you all have enjoyed. I've been OniOfTaint. As always, take care, and sayonara.